Morning. Join me today. It is the 14th of March, which means it's the last day of the current river season. Boy, have we had some rain just lately. As you know, all around the country, rain, more rain, then it subsides, then get more rain. I wanted to spend the day on the local river ooze on the last day, but alas, for my pike session, I won't be able to keep the rods in the water long enough without having too much weed. So I've come along to a drain. I think this is the Whittlesey Dyke. It's Whittlesey AA water. You get on a day ticket, or you can have a club book. So I came here a few weeks ago, had a nice fish, lost the fish. But with the rivers out of sorts, I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a couple of hours here. I've looked at another spot a little bit further along, which I'm going to go and have a go on a bit later on as well. So I've started here, van's behind me. People will probably know where I am, but it's the last day, so I ain't really bothered. So I've got two baits out on the old alarms on the ledger, and I've got a float out as well. So hopefully we might get one or two fish for the final day. Like I say, it's been a weird season. Started off, cool, it was a scorcher. I remember the first day me and John down on, that looked like a little bit of an indication, could have been the wind. That is I've got herring on there. Did look as though that the rod tip rattled a little bit there. Anyway, like I was saying, it was a scorching day, June the 16th. Had a lovely net, 17 big bream. Changed my approach for this season. Haven't bought no maggots, casters, worms or anything. I've decided to go a bit more specimen approach, and I've been fishing a method feeder. As you know, those who's watch my videos, thank you. A little bit shy on videos, but I normally do when I'm piking. And it went from there really. Had some lovely nets of bream. I've had some nice roach, nice rudd. I've had some lovely tench as well. I think the best catch I had was 37 bream overnight. Most of them have been overnight because it's been quite busy on the bank. Those who know the ooze, a lot of boats, a lot of rowers. So there's been a lot of overnights. Putting a lot of bait in, then fishing method feeder over the top, either with a 10mm bottom bait, which either been glugged in the Bait Tech berry stick mix or pineapple stick mix. Also been using the Bait Tech juice wafters in 8 and 10mm, but I've also been using some 12mm wafters as well. And it's been phenomenal really. The size of the fish, still catching these fish like you would catch on the maggot as well. So it hasn't really made difference in catching those, but catching the big fish, it's made a massive difference. Like I said, 37 bream's the best. I've had 32, 28, 27, but also rocked in with that has been some tench and some nice rudd as well. Season highlights, I've had a PB roach, £2 1 ounce. When the season finished, I had a £3 8 ounce rudd, again, which is PB. And I set myself a little target last month. Because the rivers were out, I'm having to sort of travel to find different places. I set myself a target of trying to catch 10 separate double figure pike from 10 separate venues. How it came about, I just went to another venue and I caught a £12 pike. And I thought, do you know what? I've been to a different place and I've caught pike. Could I do it somewhere else? So I did a little bit of research, asking a few people. Thank you very much, you know who you are. Wind. And I achieved it. In the weekend, I mean, I've caught from the ooze, I've caught from the Wissey, the lark, I've caught from the old Bedford, which a lot know is an iconic pike water. I've caught from the Burwell Lode, caught from here where I am today. I've caught from the 40 foot, the 20 foot, middle level. So yeah, I did actually achieve getting those 10 separate double figure pike from the 10 separate venues, which totally made up with. So today is all about just relaxing. I've took all the dead bait out the freezer. Nothing's going home. So I'll be chopping some up, throwing some in, and just going to relax, have a lovely day. Going to have a bacon roll in a bit, and hopefully might get 1 or 2 fish on the bank. So if you're out today, have a great day, and I'll catch up with you in a bit, and hopefully that'll be with a pike in my grubby little hands. First fish of the day. Been in some wars, a little bit of blood there. Split underneath, but she'll go back. Looks like it's nothing that I've caused. 14.5 pound. That's a great start. Let's get her back. Beautiful. Oh, an absolute brilliant start. I was just doing the old washing up from the bacon roll, and stood here and beep, and it tore off. I didn't even have a chance to set the camera off. It tore off, and as you saw there, 14.5 pound, beautiful fish. It had a little bit of an injury underneath where it looks as though that somebody's mishandled it. Had a look in it, and it will heal up. It's just a shame to see it. But yeah, so that's an absolute brilliant start. So I'll just run through what I'm doing. So literally, we've got a float rod just up the margins there with a roach on. Single hook through the tail, middle rod at the bottom of the far shelf. So it's 3 parts the way over. That's half a herring. And this near rod, which I caught the fish on, I'm fishing about 2 rod lengths out, 2 rod lengths down, and that's on a section of lamprey. So that's absolute brilliant start, really is, totally made up. I wanted to try and catch a fish on the last day. I wasn't worried what it was, but to catch a double is even better. So now, to say, everything else today is gravy. You don't normally have gravy on fish, but there you go. Yeah, so totally made up. So, like I say, all intents and purposes, I'm just going to stay here for a couple of 3 hours. And I've seen another spot further down where I can get off the road. It's a nice little swim, a few reeds over the other side. It's out the way. I'm going to have a go down there a bit later on. But as it stands at the moment, it's 1-0 and totally made up. So let's see if we can't get another. Right, I've just made a leap to spot number 2. It's I earmarked this one this morning. Beautiful little spot. You can sit right down. Beautiful. So again, about 2 rod lengths out, about 3 rod lengths up on the right rod. Middle rod is at the bottom of the shelf, and I've got the float up the margin. So see what this does for a couple of hours. I've just had a ride along and looked at a few more spots. Got one up by the pump and another one just the other side of it as well. So we've got plenty of options. I've noticed there's a lot of little fish topping here since arrival, so that can only be a good thing. So hopefully might be 1 or 2 snappers in the area. They're still running it off a bit. It's probably dropped about 6 inches, something like that. But less water, more fish. So I've got a herring, whole herring on the float, got a sardine over, and I've got a lamprey tail, big lamprey tail on the right hand rod. And yeah, we just say, like say, I've seen 2 or 3 small fish top there, another one there, saw a couple of fish top up there. So where there's small fish, there might well be predators as well. So we'll give it a go for a couple of 3 hours and see what transpires. Well, it's the end of the session. and the end of the river season. I thought it was on for a few fish. Had that one this morning, 14.5, but haven't been able to get any more. I've had 1 or 2 indications. I've leapfrogged a couple of spots. Had one indication in the spot I leapfrogged to first, and the one I'm in now, I've had two signs on that right hand rod, but only little taps, and nothing else has come of it. So yeah, bit of a disappointment, yes and no. I've caught on the last day, and I've caught a double on the last day, so I am more than happy with that. So what does the future hold? Well, might do a little bit in the closed season. Got a few places going to have a look at. Going to do a lot of driving around in the closed season as well. Have a look at different spots. Start baiting up 1 or 2 areas. Get the weed rake out sort of late May. And like I say, keep some areas baiting up. I haven't decided what I'm going to do on the opening day yet. I've got a rough idea. It's not too sure whether it'll pay off or not. I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, so we'll pack up today. The old pipe rods will go back in the garage until October. It's been brilliant, really. I've had a lot of double figure fish, but some low double. You know, I think the biggest fish I've had is about 17 through the season. Like I say, I've had that 14 today, which is the biggest one I've had in a while. So, all in all, it's been brilliant. Best bait through the season. It's probably been herring, which has either been a whole herring or with the head chopped off, which is absolutely packed full of the Bait-Tech Predator Plus. Absolutely swear by it. I've had a couple of indications with it today, but can't catch them all the time. You never know what's in front of you. There could be a 30-pound pike sat within a foot of your bait, and it doesn't want it. But that's fishing. So I'm going to pack up now. I'm going to pop back and see my mate Ian, who's fishing on the ooze with his mate. I just want to say congratulations, Ian, on your PB Preem. Absolutely brilliant. And on that note, I'll catch you next time on the bank. Oosh!